Good morning, everyone. Welcome back into North Dakota today. With back to school right around the corner, it is never too early to start thinking about your children's financial future. Tony from Capital Credit Union is here to give us some tips on how to get started. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Yes, of course. Well, we keep talking about back to school.
Everything's back to school this time of year.
Yes, it's really happening. So how can parents set their kids up for financial success?
So we have what's called a Pee-wee savings account, basically kind of that first kind of plain Jane savings account you get when you're a kid. I don't know if I remember, it might have taken me down to open an account when I was probably 3 or 4, and you put a couple bucks in and just try to get them into the mood of saving and getting used to, you know, budgeting and things like that. So we have what's called a Pee-wee account. So the minor child, whether they're 2 months old or they're 17 years old, the main thing to remember is you just need a parent on that account. So you would put the child's name first, and then mom or dad or even grandparents come in and set up accounts for their grandkids to start saving.
Wonderful. Well, I like that that is too, you know, any family member can really get involved with setting the kids up for success.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've had aunts or uncles, you know, come set up accounts. So a couple things this is to help all the bankers and credit union people out there. Just make sure you have their social and date of birth, because you can't open the account with that. I've had a couple times where I've had a grandparent come in, I'm like, oh great, you know, fantastic, and oh, what's their social? Oh, I have no idea.
Yep.
Okay, well, fortunately, we do need that with all the background stuff you gotta put into the account. So yeah, the teen savings, sometimes grandparents or relatives or mom and dad will even start a CD too for the child, and just kind of start that savings on there. So there's a lot of options you can do with the little kids on up.
Definitely. So savings account, CD, are there any other products that they can choose from?
Yeah, I think nowadays, I think it's kind of crazy. I don't know when I got my first debit card, way back in the day, but it was probably high school or whatever. But nowadays, more and more you see kids, you know, 10, 11, 12 years old having debit cards. Have you noticed that?
I have actually, yes. I think I was a little bit older when I got mine, but yeah, I think everyone has them now. Pretty
much, yeah. So we have what's called our Teen Edge checking account, which is fantastic. There's no minimum balance on it. They actually they can earn up to $5 a month by using their debit card too, on CU bonus awards back to their savings account. But the checking account, a couple tips that I wanted to give. So let's say we have the child as obviously the primary, and then you put mom or dad or even both as the joint on there. Just remember, kids, teenagers, that mom and dad are responsible for that account if you're overdrawn or anything. So it might be bad to get a little note saying you're overdrawn from the bank or whatever. It's probably worse to see mom and dad and see you're overdrawn. So you see more and more, I mean, young ages, 11, 12, because they're in junior high, they're out with their friends. You know, hey dad, can you send me 20 bucks? We're going for pizza.
Yep.
So you'll see mom or dad jump on the app. And then, you know, we have a lot of members just, okay, I'll transfer you 20 bucks from my account like that with the online and the mobile apps. So I think it's pretty neat nowadays. You know, I remember back in the day, hey, can I have 10 bucks? I'm going out. You know, now they're out and they're like, hey, can you shoot me over some money?
Definitely. So the parents then have a lot of control over the child's account.
They do, but the one thing I would say is make sure that you're monitoring that account. Make sure for charges on there, make sure, you know, they're not spending a bunch on, you know, video games, or they're so easy to click on some of that. And just make sure, you know, for fraud accounts and everything. But you want to monitor that account, obviously, because at the end of the day, obviously, the parents are responsible for it. But it's a great way with the mobile app. You can log into the child's account and you can see the transactions. You can kind of see what's going on. You can transfer the money from your account, you know, if you have an account with us or what have you. So there's just so many more tools today than there was even 5 or 10 years ago for parents to kind of monitor that child's spending and get the money. And it's pretty neat how savvy some of these younger kids are.
Absolutely, and this all sounds very user-friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the online, we have the mobile app is obviously huge on there, and and very cutting edge. We have everybody asks, oh, you're a credit union. We have everything the big banks do. Nowadays, with technology, everybody's pretty much got everything. So it's exciting. So, and with school starting up, just a reminder for the Living on Loan classes and teachers, before COVID, I think I went to every high school every year and talked about credit scores to like the juniors and seniors and kind of all that fun stuff. So please reach out to us at capcu.org. I'd love to come out and give that presentation. I've given it 50 times probably. So yeah, reach out. We're really big into the community, and obviously, the younger members are our future. So we want to make sure that the teens and everybody else coming up have a good experience and are educated.
Of course. Well, I know I always learn something when you are on, so I'm sure the kids would love that.
Absolutely.
Perfect. One more time, how can people get more information and reach out to you?
They can contact us at capcu.org. And you can apply for accounts, you can apply for loans and all that fun stuff. Come see us at Veterans Avenue, and our 13th Avenue location is open. We're just finishing the final touches inside on the renovation. Took a little bit longer than we wanted, but it's almost done. But we are definitely open at that site too, so come check us out.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Tony.
Yep, thank you.
Of course. Coming up on today's show, writer and filmmaker Tyler Schwenke is joining us to talk about his debut novel, Breaking In. That's up next.